Welcome, everyone. This is Glenda Dawson, and you're watching Channeled Messages. Today, I apologize if my voice is a little off. Um, it seems like the weather finally caught up with me, and it's affecting my voice, which is okay. I know there's thousands of people paying for me to shut up sometimes. Anyway, I accept collections. If anybody wants me to do this again, lose my voice again, this time you need a collection box. I'm not doing this for free anymore. Uh, with that being said, I want to welcome everyone, and I'm hoping that everyone is getting the messages of remembrance. It's stirring things up in them, is helping the awakening moments, and you're also sparking the gifts that you came with, um, that you need to develop, open up again, develop, and use in this lifetime. We are in very good times, even though sometimes it doesn't seem so to be, but we are in a time where humanity has the opportunity to raise their vibrations, ascend, and not just to dimension 5. There's possibilities of going up even further as Earth is also ascending, and she's providing the the strength and the energy that we need to go further. And it's all up to us, basically. So we welcome all the councils and all the light beings that are here that come and help us every day or every week that we do this. And I also welcome those that are here, those members that are here. Uh, and I open the floor for anyone that has coordinates or anything to say at this moment.
3, 6, 28, 16, 2, purple.
Okay. I'm going to say what I'm experiencing, and it could be different. It could be the same as anybody else. I'm experiencing myself in a cave, under one of the what appears to be an Inca pyramid. It's more like one of those tunnels that people travel between pyramids or different locations. I see a lot of writings and pictures and messages on the walls of this cave, including the ceiling. And even though it is a cave underground or passageway underground, the walls and the floor are made of crystal and they're somehow shiny, so you can see everything. There's no light, there's no candles, there's no torches, there's no electricity, none of that stuff, but yet you're able to see everything that's there. Um, and it looks like as I walk, it gets brighter in those sections that I'm walking on or where I am standing. But that's what I'm experiencing at this moment. And I'm just enjoying trying to figure out some of the writing, the pictures, the everything that's there, and trying to feel what the energy is trying to tell me. Because obviously, uh, there is no translation per se unless you're someone who's been doing this forever and can go in there and translate it. But right now, I'm just feeling the energy and hearing what the crystals and stones and the walls and the and that tunnel is saying to me. At this moment, um, unfortunately, they're saying that I need to continue. Well, not unfortunately, but I need to continue further. And it is time to start speaking my truth, which is why probably I have this today.
I'm in a little bit in a different room in the cave, and what I'm seeing is this huge cluster of crystals. I mean, the points on the crystal are like 25 feet or so high. It's big crystals, but that's where the light is being generated from.
Mm,
Somehow the light from this cluster of crystals is providing is a source of energy that allows the other crystals in the cave to light up and provide light.
wonderful. Natural, natural light, basically, natural energy.
And yeah, and the sources from the earth or whatever planet we're on, that it comes from it comes from the planet, if you will. And that's the source of the energy. But the big crystals are like generators that send it out to all the other crystals in the cave and allow them to.
Mhm. Okay, thank you.
And I'm seeing a holographic image underneath the crystals, um, from whence our messages will come today.
Mm,
This temple, this pyramid, was a house of wisdom. It was a house of gathering and exchanging deep ideas, but it was also a place for intergalactic communication. The Incas were very familiar with our brothers and sisters of the galaxies.
mm,
It also serves as a purification center.
yes, as I am walking, I'm feeling my energy field is getting lighter. So it is it's filtering all of the toxins and whatever dust I picked up, any negative energy that, just by walking around you pick up. So I'm very grateful for that.
The tunnel actually connects 3 different pyramids, each with a designated purpose. One of the temples was harvest focused.
Okay.
One was knowledge exchange focus, and the other was a spiritual charging center. So these
Okay.
tunnels connect not only all three of them, but to mm, temples of lesser significance. Let me put it that way.
Okay. Uh, I'm just feeling such good energy um, as I'm walking by. And it seems like the writing, per se, glows especially strong and bright as I walk by it. Um, and I now am in the room with the big crystals, where Leaf found her way to. And it's like in the middle of the three tunnels. This is where they meet. Um, it's very interesting.
Underst-
Mhm.
Understand what has drawn you here. The calling is deep. The calling is from beyond time. You are being entrusted with monumental awareness, with the ability to charge others with energy and life preserving wisdom. The channels that brought you here may have been adverse, but still you came. We are pleased. We are honored that you are here. Honor and respect goes both ways. There's an image of galactics of having um, all wisdom, if you will, and that is a false perception. We are vulnerable as well, but at a different frequency. Our challenges are as great as humans. They are more vast in the perspective of the beings that we relate to. But this place is, you will receive rejuvenation. You will receive messages that will help you personally, but also in a more expanded form. We are happy that you've come. This is a representation of many of the galactic councils, what they feel needs to be expressed at this time.
Thank you.
Mm.
It this way of tunnels is it served a very important purpose, from my understanding, was the way they could get from one place to another without being seen, without being noticed, and without interruption. So they would work basically in silence until they were done, when their project was done or their mission was done, their intention was done. And then they would come out for others to see. And that was the way they stopped any interruptions or blockages along the way. I'm also getting a bean. Um, it 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 looks like a mantis. Um, and they're in front of me, and they want to communicate. Okay. We are also here to make you understand that not all beings that you see are good, and not all beings that you see are bad. Stop making generalizations. Stop putting everyone in a box. I am one of the ones that was, and still is, a what you call a doctor, healing others, fixing what they need to be fixing at that moment, and helping them continue their journey to help. We are around. You just can't really see us because we make it a point. Humanity, some of you are ready to hear the truth, and some are not. And we are waiting for the right moment to completely have contact. And at this moment, some are ready, some are not. When we did have contact the last time in physical form was around the time where all the pyramids were constructed, because that was our offering, our symbol that humanity and others were getting along. You right now can't even get along with your own selves. So you are in the season of what you call Christmas holidays, which is a time for you to celebrate all the good, to get together with others, to be in peace. That is the energy that needs to be carried throughout the whole year. And the intentions are that once you do that, things will be in a better position for us to reappear. And by I mean us, I mean any being that is not a human being. Interdimensional beings, intergalactic beings, beings from Middle Earth, beings from other planets, other dimensions, other galaxies. The light beings like angels, we are ready. We're waiting for you. Open your eyes to the reality that is out there, not the blindness created by those blindfolds that they're trying to put on you. And I ask that every day you say, I am ready for bigger and better. I am ready to be truly myself, my higher self. By saying that affirmation or affirmations, you will bring the energy to a higher frequency. Right now, we are activating in this very moment while this is occurring many gifts for many who are listening. And for those that listen later, many gifts are going to be activating because our voice, our tones, our words, and where we take you are all being integrated into each and every one of you to obtain that remembrance, that peace, that guidance. For now, I'm going to go, but I leave you with this. Kishkawa katia marakyali tisha takatish sukura. Ikayat valatiyat siyat. Ayat vatila dayat yatiu da 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 da. May peace be with you all through this time period and all the rest of your lives. I'm stepping back now. That was interesting.
Mm.
Now,
Just before you started, I was seeing a waterfall. I don't know that the waterfall is a physical manifestation in the tunnels, but I think it's a representation of the light flowing over us and being cleansed with the message, being cleansed with the energy of the crystals, being cleansed of negativities that would work to interfere with our work.
mm, mm,
The temple complexes on Earth and other planets is a variation of the tunnel complex here. Some of the temple complex on Earth mirror that what they aren't always tunnels, but sometimes on the surface of the Earth they have avenues that would follow the path of the tunnels in this place. And then there are temples along the way, some more important, some smaller, and depending on the size of the complex. And there are variations. Um, there are other sacred temple sites like the tunnels in other parts of the galaxy, and they may have they may have other configurations, but they also exist on Earth and other planets throughout the universe.
mm. Oof. I'm just accepting all the energies. So refreshing, rejuvenating, and peaceful. They're asking right now everyone to just take a deep breath or as deep as you can. And when you actually inhale, you will feel the difference in energy going into you. Much more healing, understanding, and embracing remembrance is occurring. And now I'm being led to one of the pyramids. But when I walk up and I go through the entrance or the exit, it doesn't look outside as I thought it would. There's a clearing, acres and acres of land that has been cleared that is for agriculture. I see a section where there's shelter, housing, and there's like this one big building that looks like it would be what we call a cafeteria or dining room now, mess hall. And I see people preparing food. So it's more like a real community where they all eat around the same time. They share not just in their abundance, but also in gratitude for having the opportunity to be there. They share their crops, the agricultural work, whatever it is that they eat, it's always shared. And it's very well kept, everything. Everything, nobody's fighting anything. Everybody just knows what to do. They just go ahead and do it. And they understand that this is for the better path for everyone concerned. Um, um, so just walking around, absorbing everything and taking in all the energy. Jazz, they said to turn it over to you.
The harvest is a dynamic part of the culture. It not only represents the sustenance for physical, meeting the physical needs of the bodies that people are in, but it's representative of what we need to achieve in our lives. The grains are symbolic of our souls. But in order for that grain to be of sustenance, it's got to be winnowed and it's got to be worked and refined, as do all of our own souls. The byproduct, if you will, of that work is an amplification of unity, of understanding of connectedness, and interdependence. There are also waterways a little further off that's used with kind of an irrigation type system, so that when the heavenly rains taper off, there is still an abundant source of water to nurture and cultivate these plants. There is taller vegetation off in the distance. Kind of palm tree-esque. But there's also a great deal of wildlife that is supported by these fields. Not all of it is used for the being culture as humans would look at it, you know. It that harvest is for all essences that are present, and supports all life, not just the bigger entities, I'll say.
Mhm.
And each part of the plant is used. Each has a different function, as is a reality in our human lives. We don't live just by one grain. We are fed by multiple grains. We are fed by multiple sources of food. We are fed intellectually. We are fed spiritually. The same is true here. It's interesting that they've also incorporated what humans would call crop circles, but they're much more detailed, much more sacred geometry in nature, harkening back to the fact that all of this is spiritual food as well, not just physical sustenance.
Mhm.
Leaf, do you have something?
I keep hearing something. Uh, it reminds me something like a jet plane flying overhead. It's like, or a scraping, a kind of like scraping noise. It sometimes it seems it's to the right of me, sometimes in front.
Oh.
It doesn't always come from the same direction. It sort of reminds me of what something like a snowplow might make pushing snow, pushing a large amount of snow. That kind of sound.
Mm.
I don't know if it's something in the ventilation system in the building. It's or if it's something that's out.
Well, what I am hearing is that um, it's almost time to go anywhere. But that is a reminder that even though you cannot see certain things, it is helpful to learn how to stop for a minute and discern and determine what it is before jumping into a situation, whether it's outside or inside. But basically is going into yourself and making sure that those steps that you want to take are, or you feel you need to take, are what you need to take. And that noise is just a reminder that we could get thrown off or pushed away in some way. So,
Message I'm getting is that they want us to practice our beliefs, not just think them, not just reverberate them with our voice, but to live it concretely. And if we say we believe in kindness, if we say we believe in justice, then we have to demonstrate it with our whole being, not just give things lip service. When lip service is given, there begins to be a breakdown in the societal structures. So we are being tasked, if you will, with living our beliefs and not shying away from difficult decisions, not shying away from issues that we might think will cause turmoil. It's more of, it may cause conflict, but that conflict is healthy and good if it's worked through. So we're being encouraged not to look at issues, and I put that in quotes, as bad things or irksome things, but as a challenge to dig more deeply in ourselves to find a peaceful resolution that meets the greater need.
Yes, I feel that very deeply and very strongly. Now, for those that are here with us, whether now as the program is going live or later, each one of you is being given a spark to remember one of your gifts. So if all of a sudden you start using your intuition and you didn't even know you had one, that is what is occurring. They need to get this going faster. They need to make this into a better place. And they need to let you know that they're there, kind of encouraging us to do what we need to do and giving us the energy to do it. Now, I am getting the knowledge that we need to start moving, that we have experienced enough for today. And the next time that we come back here, we will see a lot more wonders than have been shown today. We will be more ready for it. Anyone have anything to add before we start heading down?
Just I see a rainbow in the sky.
There you go. Beautiful. All right, so everyone just take a deep breath. And as I count down, start going back into your body. So 5 and 4. Take another deep breath and become more aware of your surroundings. 3, 2, you have fully landed. And you're just reuniting your breath with your body, becoming one again. And 1, we're back at our 0, the beginning. We're back in our own environments. So take a nice deep breath and open your eyes whenever you feel the call to do so. And again, thank you for being here every week. Thank you for showing up to remember and to become better humans and go back on your path and your true path. And we'll see you next Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And have great Christmas if you celebrate Christmas, or a great holiday, whatever holiday you celebrate. Many blessings and much love. Bye.